Hey guys, it's travel day again, and we're headed to Bald Eagle State Park. We're about 10 minutes away from the park. We left Timothy Lake North. We were there for about 14 days, and we're gonna be here at Bald Eagle for 3 days. So stay tuned on this episode of the Smalls RV Adventures. We're headed to Bald Eagle State Park. As always, when I stop, I like to do my walk-arounds. Make sure everything is still intact with the rig. All right, it's mostly straight away until we get there. It's about 11 miles away. It took us about 3 hours to drive here from Timothy Lake North. It's a nice drive down the interstate. Just one highway to get here. We didn't have to transfer over to any. So that's always a good thing. The kids are in the back watching Monsters Inc. They had their lunch. My wife was nice enough to pack everybody's lunch away. I don't know what happened to me last night, but the past 2 days I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. Last night was the worst, but I'm thinking it was my allergies that was getting the best of me while we were at Timothy Lake. I had to like dose up on all of my allergy medicine. I couldn't skip a day, but last night is where it was at its worst. But as soon as we left the area, it seemed like I'm going back to normal, but I still feel a little congested. Look at all of these cornfields to the left. You have them to the right as well. But that's pretty cool. We just passed a little shop that was selling fruit on the side. It's pretty cool when you come to these areas to see that. We're about 5 minutes from Bald Eagle. But check out this construction truck on the road coming with us. I don't know how we're gonna get in front of him. All right, we made it here to Bald Eagle State Park. Check-in is at 3 p.m. We made it like 2:30, but we checked out at Timothy Lake at 11, and this was like a 3-hour drive away. But we took our time, refilled with gas. So let me see if we can check in a little bit early. All right, we are checked in. There's no problem signing in early. We just have to find our site. It's in Sycamore, site 89. So we just have to loop around and find that. All right, we just have to find Sycamore 89 on the map, which should be easy. All right, here's the entrance here. We have to look for the Sycamore loop to get in. Okay, we just passed the Oak Loop. We're looking for the Sycamore loop. Once you find a Sycamore loop, then it's easy to find your site. You just go around until you find the number 89. All right, we made it into Bald Eagle. This was like the quickest that we ever set up. We don't have full hookup, so it's like your boondocking. We do have electric, but we just backed right in. We were already leveled, popped out our slide. Well, we disconnected first and popped out our slide, and we were all set. Because remember, we filled up with water before we got here, so we're set to go. We also have 2 7-gallon water cans tucked under the RV, ready to pump them in our fresh water tank whenever we're ready, whenever we need them. In the distance there is the outhouse. I'm gonna zoom in. That's a water spigot right there. This spot is very convenient, so if we need water, I can just run right over there, fill up the 7-gallon water can, and pump the water into our fresh water tank. So we really don't have a really far distance to travel for water. Now the dump, that's another story because that's at the entrance of the park. But we have that Rhino water tote where I can hook up to the back of the truck and drive it over there and dump, so we don't have to move the whole rig. So this is great. I don't think we're gonna have to use it, but if we do, I'm gonna let you guys see it. Here's our site. It's a back end, but it's very, very large. Look how much space we have. The next camper is there, but look at all this open space you have when you come to the state parks. This is great. Boy, and I'm happy to be back at this RV. It's about 90 degrees outside. We thought it was gonna be cool once we got here, but it's 90 degrees. So I'm sitting here, the kids have their iPads. The internet reception here is wonderful. AT&T always work. We have most of our phones that are T-Mobile. Those things are working absolutely phenomenal. The kids are on their iPads. I'm updating my daughter's iPad so that she can get along with them. But let me show you what they're doing. This is how they look. Something happened to my little one's iPad where we have to restore it. So that's gonna take like an hour or whatever time it takes. But the download and upload speeds are really fast here. Sometimes my kids get this screen of death. So when you get this, all you have to do is hook it up to your laptop and the laptop restores it, brings it back to life. So I don't know how long that's gonna take, but at least we know that we can get it fixed. It's so nice. As soon as you get to the campground, your counters are clear before you get all cluttered. So I'm gonna make me a cup of tea. I love a cup of tea. Even though it's 90 degrees outside, we have the air conditioner on in here. We're trying to keep the camper cool. Ah, it's so clear. How long will it stay clear? No one knows. You never know which trails you'll wind up on at Board Eagle. We're walking and we're passing by these yurts. These things are huge when you really look at them. Take a look at the size of that. That's like a house in there. I bet the inside looks amazing. That's the kids going along on the trails. I love state parks because they're so well maintained. The landscaping is always excellent. Look how healthy the grass. Look at the scenery. This is beautiful. We have the solar set up again, and the kids are loving it right before movie night. Being out here, you see some great looking trucks. All these pickups, you got 250s, 350s, Fords, Rams, Chevys. I mean, it's great to see. I love it. My next truck is going to be a pickup. I can't wait. I have to get one of my kids to start driving so that we can take 2 cars on these camping adventures and be chilling with a 5th wheel and a freaking pickup truck. But that's years from now when they start driving. Look at this wonderful view from our campground. You can't beat it. That's the backdrop of our campsite. It is wonderful. Time for gymnastics with my girl. Do it one more time. Did you see the pose before the jump? Whoa, that is awesome. The kids have asked for another movie night, so we out here and we're gonna start it in just a little bit, about 8 p.m. We're gonna start a movie night. We're gonna be watching that new Buzz Lightyear movie. Hopefully they like it. They said they wanted to watch it. I think they watched it before. It's on Disney Plus, but we're gonna put that on again for them. I just put on some of this bug spray, this backwoods bug spray. I wiped it on all of the kids, and now I'm sneezing every time I put it on. I try to not get it next to my nose because I know every time I spray it, I start sneezing and I can't stop sneezing. So now I'm smelling it, I'm feeling a little bit stuffy, but we still gonna have our outdoor movie night. Look how much fun these kids are having. Just running around the campsite, not even playing with no toys, no video games, no TV. They just like having fun, doing whatever they want. Cheers to movie night with the kids. It's always an awesome experience when you get to have this, especially as a child. Just remember the memories you had with your parents when you were younger. This is something that you never forget, even though they may not be paying attention to the movie. It's something that they may never forget. Remember, this movie is being powered by Amproad, the 1,000 watt portable power station. Amproad. Amproad is one of the companies that were sending us their products from the beginning. Their products are very reliable, as you see that we use them in all of our videos. I also use the Amproad products when I go to work, and if I'm using it, you can know that they for surely will work for you. I have a link in the description of each of the Amproad products that we use. We use this 1,000 watt Epic portable power station. We also have a 300 watt Epic portable power station that we have hooked up to the car fridge inside the rig. We also have their jump starter. All of these things are amazing and they work great, and we use them on a daily basis. Look how beautiful this sunset is. Straight from the horizon. This is absolutely gorgeous and stunning. All right, it's that time when you have to refill with water, and we're gonna do it the easy way, not the hard way. We're gonna try to use this little pump here. Here's the setup with the pump, the 7-gallon water can, and the entry into the freshwater tank. The pump is made by Acquaer. Okay, the pump is now working. We're pumping water into the freshwater tank. You can always check by looking at the water going in, and that's the water going in. Okay, we just pumped 7 gallons in, and that was about 2 minutes it took to pump it in, or maybe less. I had to keep a look on it, but that happened really fast. We're gonna attach the second 7-gallon can now. It's only using 103 watts of power. Now we're off to get some more water to fill up the tank to its fullest, so we don't have to worry about filling up for the rest of the trip. There's the friendly water spigot, the neighborhood spigot. I don't know how much more water this is gonna take, but let's see. This thing sucks up the water really fast. Once it's full, you'll see the water just spilling out, but I don't know if it's enough water to make it spill out, but it'll be more than enough to last us until we leave. Let's see if this last one is the charm. This is the 4th time we filled up, so let's see. 28 gallons trying to go in. We already put 21 gallons in the tank, but let's see if the rest of them are gonna go in as well. Okay, now finally it's full. So there you have it. It took nearly 28 gallons to refill. We drove over with 40 gallons. We probably lost some on the way here, but as we were here, we used it for 2 days, and I saw we only had 1/3 left, so I decided, let me add some more water. We went up to 4 of the 7-gallon water cans and nearly finished the 4th water can. So that's amazing that it took all of that water. But you never know how much water you use until you're conserving it. Another gorgeous day in the woods, just relaxing. I want to take a closer look at some of these bushes in the woods behind us. Grayson, what's the readings on that power station right there from the solar panels? What's the input and output?
61 and 0.
61 for what?
The input power.
The input is at 61, and what about the battery percentage?
89.
It's at 89, and what's the output?
0.
All right, that's good. Now I want to see if my daughter can tell the readings on the portable power station like my son did. Melanie, you know what the input and output is? What's the input?
15.
And what's the output? And what's the percentage?
89.
Still at 89? What's the input again?
13.
How you know it's input? Because what? You see the number? All right. One thing I like doing different with solar is changing the different ways that I connect the solar panels to the portable power station. Right now I have the solar panels outside and I have the portable power station inside. So I want to see how well the power connects. So one thing I tend to do is I put the solar panels in the sun. They're going to be in the sun the way that it is for the rest of the day. Now, if you look at the RV doors where your solid steps are, there's like a little slot right here that allows movement so you won't pinch your wire. So anywhere next to this solid step, you can slip thin wires under the door. You can probably get like something like a 14 gauge wire to go under this door without it pinching. This is inside. Now, as you know, once the percentage gets high with the power that's stored inside the portable power station, the input won't go that high. You're capable of getting as much as 160 watts with the solar panels that we have outside. Here's the wires from inside. As you can see, you can move them around. They're not tight in there, so it has space. Now it's that dreaded time to dump the tanks. I'm gonna use our Rhino water tote, so here we go. Here's the Rhino water tote right before we connect it. All right, you guys saw this setup before. Everything is hooked up, and we can show you from the camera inside how it tows. All right, we're headed to the sanitation station to dump our Rhino water tote. It was a little work getting under the trailer. I banged my head, but it's all right. Those pipes are not forgiven under there, but it's not too bad. So we take a nice slow ride, and I'll show you guys how it goes. Okay, this is the view from the back. It stays on this camera as long as I go under 10 miles per hour. So I'll be able to show you guys a lot of the bumps and turns with the tote attached to it. Check out that rooftop tent. That is awesome. That's what I want to get for this truck. I love that. Look at this dude enjoying the views as we go into the dump. Okay, as you can see, you get a front view and a back view, which includes the total view of the entire vehicle towing the Rhino water tote, which is pretty cool. It's holding up really well. As long as you hold your speed under 10 miles per hour, the camera stays on. But you should really be going only 5 miles per hour with the Rhino tote. While I'm here, might as well dump out the trash. It's on the way to the sanitation station. Of course, Mac is still hanging out the window. Get back in there. Ooh, so if you're in a community and you need a dump station, here are the fees. Campground patrons, $0. PA residents, $10. Non-residents, $11. So if you're driving by, $11, unless you're using the park. All right, you'll come to some parks and this is what they will have for a spigot, and that's not going to go into your tank. So we usually just carry one of these. I'll put the link in the description of this video, and you can use these to connect to your water hose. This is called a water bandit. Okay, this is the way that the tank rinses. Again, your water spigot may not have the tightest connections here, but still water going through. That noise that you hear, it's this thing here. It's like a sprinkler inside as it's adding the water. It's like a black tank flush, but it's sprinkling to get everything off. Here's your water emptying out in. Again, this is only my gray water. Has the valve just like on your camper. This Rhino tote is really, really useful when you're coming out into the parks to camp and it doesn't have like a full hookups. So you can just put this onto your truck and you can tow it to the dump station, a nearby dump station. Most times they in the parks, and this is cool. We didn't have to move the camper. And I've seen some guys hook these up to electric bikes and tow them that way to the dump station. And that's pretty cool too. I saw that in New York. But this is how it works, and it's great. Like, we have 3 tanks and this takes 5 minutes to get here. So as soon as we get to the camper, we dump out whichever tank is full and we bring it right here. This water tote is 32 gallons. We have 40-gallon tanks. So after about 2 or 3 days, before the tank gets totally full, I'll empty it out with this water tote. Again, those of you that have never seen the Water Bandit, I just loosened it because I'm about to take it off, so that's why you see a little water coming out. But this is the Water Bandit here. A lot of the times you come to the campgrounds, and when you go to the dump station, they're not gonna have a water spigot that connects to a garden hose. So you can use this adapter, which is the Water Bandit, along with these clips to seal it in so that you can get the water flushing into your black tank. These are pretty cool to have. They're really cheap on Amazon. I think they're like $5 to $8. Before I finish, I like to stand this water tote up to get that last bit of water out from the bottom. You can connect it through the entry valve to get that last bit of water out of your tank. All right, we decided to come to the beach over here at Bald Eagle State Park. Let the kids play in the sand and play in the campground. The playground, I always call the playground the campground. Same difference to me. But this is pretty cool. Last time we came, we went in the water, swim on the beach. It's nice water around here. All the way from Ireland, my nephew Ryan made these pictures for my wife. And my wife just showing me now. All the way from Ireland. That looked like something my wife drew. Did you draw this? Uh-huh. All the rest was from Ireland. Well, my wife drew that in Ireland. Milin, what you doing?
I'm making a fish.
Making a castle? Oh, you're making a fish thing there. Got little designs in there. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna enjoy the rest of our time here at the beach and enjoy this nice scenery and water. So stay tuned for our next video where we'll be traveling back home. I have to go back to work. I'm so disappointed, but we did have a great time on this long journey that we had. This is the longest time that we spent in a camper, and we had a great time. Remember, join our Facebook groups, the Smalls RV Adventures and Overlander. They have some great people in there, and they show great adventures as well as our Patreon account is now active. If you want to support us in that way, that's what it's there for. You can go check us out. You don't have to give anything. You can just look at the format, look at the platform, and see what you like about it. If you like these videos and you want to thank us in any way, you want to throw some gas in our tank, you can do that. You don't have to, but you can. That's what that thanks button is down there below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. My allergies are killing me. So see you later, everybody. Until next time. Where you guys at?
Bald Eagle.
Bald Eagle State Park. See you next time, everybody.